Okay, good morning. I am live. We are live. It says we're live. I don't know why I go into my own channel and tons of videos seem to be waiting for Creasesinger, and I'm just like, well, I'm right here. I don't know what's going on, but it says I'm live. It says I've streamed. It like they went live and they streamed, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't necessarily have time to worry about it. So I'm just going with it says it's live, it says it's streaming, and I get notification from YouTube on my email that it's streaming, but yet they're all upcoming according to YouTube. So I don't really know what's going on, but I'm just going with they must be going live because some people are coming in and watching them, so they must be available. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, this is some of you there's some people who it's like I'm sure that there are good intentions in a lot of things, and people will say the road to hell is paved in good intentions. Just ignore that, okay? I don't know what else to say to people. It, you're allowed to have good intentions, okay? You're also allowed to have a bad day here on human earth, okay? That's just true, especially if like you don't have good health. Well, that happens to human beings, right? It doesn't mean necessarily that it's all witchcraft or it's all evil. It's all bad. God is right. So yeah, here's something. Now I have to turn some blood in. I got a package in the mail. More lab stuff. I gotta do more blood. Here, have some more of my blood. Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's get checked, health test, start your journey. It's good to know we're doing this. This one is a home kit. I gotta turn in a home kit, uh, and I gotta go, get the boob squeeze, the boob squeeze. You gotta do the boob squeeze. Uh, it's better than it used to be. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I gotta do the boob squeeze once a year. Uh, so far so good. I had a scare a couple years ago, but that seems to be all right. Um, so yeah, and then I have another lab order for I don't even know, I can't remember. Yeah, just basic, yeah, like comprehensive yearly, what do you call it, yearly checkup labs, find out and all that crap. I'm sure my potassium is spiking like crazy. I know. Like, but I like bananas and spinach and all this stuff that has potassium in it. Unfortunately, yeah, somehow could be meds. I don't even know what it is. I just know that I'm prone to hyperkalemia, which is too much potassium, right? And it can cause everything, including heart failure. So I just don't care. Right, I've been eating bananas like crazy. Right, I have to laugh about it because it's just like, why? Like, what, you trying to tell me I'm still here because God's not done with me? I'm like, well, then God's a merciless shitbag. Okay? Like, I don't think we're talking about the same thing here, right? Yeah, some of it's bots. Like, I don't care. You people think it's, oh, well, we want people to know right away that we're, you know, you, you program a bot to, like, send this, like, standard message. Well, you don't understand. I mean, how hurtful that can be to people. We're going to have to. So, I'm not going to stop till I'm dead. That's bad news for some people. I'm like, what? You want to kill me? I'm like, what? Okay. I'm like, yeah, sure. Do me a solid. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know what else to say to people other than, wow. So yeah, my life is constantly labs and doctor's appointments, and I don't even know. I mean, that's what my life is basically all about these days. Of course, I loved my family, but they're dead. Okay, I'm not gonna be going through all that. I'm just gonna like don't even care. I don't care if I have to unfollow most of the uh, individuals who great uh, have followed me recently. I'm sure some of them are bot responses. I don't really care. They just feel empty or dead or right inhuman. So yeah, I'm not talking about like some strange creature though. Not like that. Just like, all right. All right. God bless you. You're trying to, right? Like some of it's delusional, people. It's just is. Okay. Those are the people that snap. Get together with some criminal psychologists and then tell me I'm wrong because I'm not. Right? Yeah. You know, there's some people and use the internet. They do it in real life. They do it, you know, online and so on and so forth. Everything is not okay sometimes, and people want to be like, "Well, I can't show weakness." I'm like, "Well, you don't even know what weakness is." Okay, nobody's weak for asking for help. It takes great strength of character, knowing that you're not alone in this world, knowing that there are people close to you who, right, you know, who are likely hurting by just right pretending that everything is okay. Well, you're lying to yourself, and you're lying to the people. Like if you're a natural born leader, your main job is to make sure that you're doing all right. Okay, because if you're not, all those people you lead start having issues. So there are a lot of people who get online and you're all like weak, 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 weak. And I'm like, okay, get ready to be tested, everyone on planet Earth. Right, get ready. Especially those who use the internet. Get ready. And you may not know that it's a test when it comes. Yeah, that's likely going to be how this goes out. But, that is kind of what I'm saying is like, most of the successful leaders who've been in this world understand when to, look at different perspectives. Understand to, okay, elders, like, how bad, like, what kind of serious boo boos did you guys make? Well, let me know so I don't repeat them. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. Yeah. So that's just bullshit. All right. Some of you aren't okay. Stop pretending to be okay. And some of you, okay, you haven't gone through what some of the rest of us have. So your life is pretty good, all things considered. Okay. Yeah, there's some things I'm not really interested in, so I just say I'm not interested and I move on. Okay, there's just some things I'm not and never will be. I'm 53 years old. I think I know myself and what I'm interested in, and right, better than any other human on planet Earth. So I'm recording all this quickly so that I can, I'm trying to pull out documentary footage, and I'm doing that slowly because I had to take a break. Yeah, from looking at it, I got all this medical crap to go. Um, I definitely do have a movement disorder, and I'm, I'm around people who, I'm like, excuse me, why don't you go talk to Dr. Chua over there at Hopkins, so he can explain to you what the hell functional neurological disorder is, which isn't right some fake ass shit. I mean, it's hard enough being on the spectrum. People haven't understood over time. There's more understanding about it now, which is good. I mean, right. Some aren't finding out until they're adults because, yeah, there's more information about it, and there's plenty of people on the autistic spectrum who have viable full time jobs live alone or whatever. Okay, not everybody's got that. So, right, that's what I'm saying. But there are some who, you know, are like that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure where certain people are coming from. So I really don't spend a lot of time on it. And I am allowed to say, hi, if you don't like fully identify yourself to me, I'm going to ignore you. And maybe you'll go away. Okay? Like, yeah, I mean, I put my face and my name and right online, and I have been for quite some time. And most of the time, I don't get any trouble for it. People are just, yeah. But who the hell knows? Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to be an ice hockey lover, even if I don't get a chance to watch that many games during the year. Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm always going to be a music pusher. I'm going to push music until I breathe no more, at the very least, because every human, okay, is able to understand certain things, especially the variety of different kinds of music there is. Right, it's a really good communicator, and even if you're not listening to it, like I said, there's some people who, have trouble speaking. Just like it could be a biological thing, it could be genetics. They could have been in an accident. They can't. Right. So those people, okay, but they can hear and they can like pick out songs and words that like pretty much match what they want to say. Okay. Like there's so many different kinds of yes topics and every other kind of thing, and even if the artist didn't mean it that way, okay, like yeah, so sometimes you can just use it, and it's just like yeah, the literal words that you need to convey to people around you, and people who are helping to take care of you, and people who are yeah trying to you know in a group get some work done. There's so many different songs that there's bound to be one you could pick somewhere, and then you know right use that to say if you can't express certain things as well as others, brain damage, whatever the case may be. Um, so it's helpful that way, but it's also some people resonate differently with different kinds of music, and it is nice. I mean, I've done it enough times to know it can be a little stressful, trying to get to a concert and then you gotta get your seat, and all right, park the car and pay all this blah blah blah. But ultimately, to me, it's always been worth it, even if it's been high stress trying to maneuver a ticket and then maneuver time around so I know I have enough time to get there and how my transportation is going to look. And, do I need a hotel or can I drive that? Blah, 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 blah. And who else is coming if I'm not going by myself? So, those things can get stressful. But once I've been in a building and I try to get there, like, as early as I can because I just like hanging out watching the setup to the techs and the technicians. I don't know. I just like to watch that stuff. It's interesting to me. Maybe not to other people, but also I like to try and hear all the music. So I opening act or acts. I like to hear that, and I've actually run into a few music makers became who came on a tour in support of another artist or band that I've gone to see, and then it's just like, oh, yeah, yeah. When I get home, I'm checking out their catalog, right? And so it's I learned very early on to stay present. So, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I go to a concert or an ice hockey game, and it's just like, yeah, all that stuff is waiting for me in the car. I get to it after I'm finished. When this show is over and I get back in my car, okay, all that's just going to come rushing back in again, and it can wait. Okay, all right. So I'm like fully present. My mind is not elsewhere. Right. Well, unfortunately, somebody fucked that up, and I'm not going to stop until the culprit is found. Don't be trying to tell me it's the creator of all things. Okay? Come up with a different lie. Because this one's getting old and tired. Right. So yeah, rock and roll, you know what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of us out there. Nothing is gonna really, ruin it that badly. It might evolve a little here and there, so on and so forth. But yeah, I and then there's things about music that also are good because sometimes it's not what they're singing. Sometimes even instrumentals that they feel this, yeah, it like exudes something that is common to most humans, and sort of like, yeah. So, uh, unfortunately and sadly, just got the One-Legged Popes, which is a band that I'm in now. Right, we just started a band. I know at the age of 53, but it's just like, it takes our mind off the fact that we don't get a vacation from illness. Like, people who take care of us, you're going to Hawaii on vacation, and you come back, and you're right, and we're like, no, we're still sick. We didn't get cured of anything. So we still haven't had a vacation, not yet, not once. We don't get vacations from serious illness. There's no such thing as a vacation from serious illness. Okay? Some of the expectations been put on me. Yeah, I don't even care after a while. I learned to do that when I was, in my teens. Right? Just like, what? Oh, you want me to do what? Are you sure? What if I don't want to do that? Well, I don't like it. No, I love ice hockey. No, I love singing. I like writing, but it's not my right. That's the thing. If people, you're gonna grow up and be a writer. Oh, you're gonna grow up and be a lawyer. Oh, you're gonna grow up and be this. I'm like, well, we'll see when we get there. Okay. Well, I've been growing up for a long time. Some of us been growing up for a long time, and that is basically the situation. In my teens, I realized, geez, Christmas Almighty. Some of you people got some expectations of me that are just absolutely ridiculous and nearly impossible. Okay? People with serious illnesses don't get vacations. Those of you who've never had a loss so catastrophic that it breaks your fucking soul. That's your free will. Talking. Some of you of your own free will think you're supposed to break people. Well, that'll be enough of that. Worldwide. Forever and ever. Amen. Okay? So that's what I'm saying is like some of you don't know what the hell you're doing and you need to be stopped. Or you're going to get hurt yourself. That's right. That's right. You got that right. Checkity check yourselves before you wreck yourselves. Okay? You're allowed to wreck your own self, but don't be bringing anyone else into it. Leave everybody else out of it. Okay? Like this is what I'm trying to say is no, I'm not cursed. And the way some of you in this world measure success, it's like, well, you got to do it. Okay? And you're going to keep getting close to that mark, and then it's going to be, yep, moved on you. Well, some of you are going to find out the hard way. And I can't help you because of free will. But I will say to, what's his name? DeGrasse Tyson. Neil. I get it, Neil. Unfortunately, you don't. See, I can see your side and your perspective very clearly. But you refuse to try and see another's perspective. Like, believing in God is dangerous? I'm like, well, yeah, way to take the safe, non, very cowardly way. I still think Pluto is a planet, small although she might be. All right. So yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's just like I'm pretty sure Beetlejuice already blew, but if that time, like, yes, there is one. Yes, Jesus could actually do that. Time bender, so to speak, right? So some people, yeah, they know natural rhythmic patterns, so they know what's going to happen. So some of them aren't really that amazing, but that is what I'm getting at. Like, I don't get a vacation. People with like cerebral palsy, they don't get a vacation. People with Parkinson's, we don't movement disorders that people don't understand. We don't get a vacation. And then the doctors and the medical people, the United States government are fucking insanely crazy right now. No one can do that. All that shit you tell us we need to do. And then if we don't, oh, you'll take away our insurance. Okay? Like, what the fuck is going on in this country? I don't give a shit. Okay? I got walls up. I mean, I'm always open to music. That never changes. Don't worry about that. Always open. Okay, even if it's crappy, and even if it's meant to do harm. But here's the thing, musicians. There are some who know what I'm talking about, and I think probably Sting over there in the UK. At one point he did an interview, and that was at least 20 years ago, if not more, where he was describing how he talks, and he said you take the hurt out of it. There's no pain in it, right? Some of you don't know how to do that. Okay, you're taking your okay, and you're putting it in your music, and then you're and some of them don't know they're doing it, so settle the fuck down. Okay, I'm not gonna call anybody an effing loser. And the only reason I would do that is if I was at a hockey game, all right, with people who we get heated sometimes. And some of us get it. Like, some of us, we don't take that personally. Like, we know there's going to be a team of players, something, right? We're going to get annoyed. There's going to be, yeah, right. I mean, there's going to be people from other teams trying. This is what we do, okay? Especially National Hockey League fans. I mean, I grew up basically National Hockey League, so I'm used to it. I'm trying to say, like, yeah, I got some comments for you. Yeah, well, I got to DM them because we can't really put that out there for until the kids are more aware of right how to handle that. You understand? Okay, and right. So I don't. And then whatever they say to each other on ice, the only thing I give a shit about is if the players union and all the others who go on ice, right? It's for them to draw their own lines. Okay, so if something is not acceptable to players and people for the most part, then it needs to go away. And they've been doing that slowly but surely. Right. So, there's more understanding. But the only time that's going to come out of me is if I'm at an ice hockey game or I'm talking to, people who work for the NHL or people who are dedicated press to the NHL or, dedicated fans from whatever team or whatever. Because a lot of us, we just love ice hockey. This is just true. So we're just happy, even if we can't watch our own team. Like we're just happy at an ice hockey. Okay, but that's what I'm trying to say is I know when to do that and where. And I get outside an ice hockey game and everybody's dispersing and it's after the game. I don't take it with me. I leave it on the ice with the rest of the players. It's done. I left it there. Right. So if I see players out, yeah, I mean, if I see hockey fans out and I'm like, hey, what's hockey rocks? You know what I'm saying? So in my lifetime, I am thoroughly glad that I can honestly say the league has grown a great deal. Because when I was younger, yeah, I don't know, they were like 18, maybe even less now. But yeah, since I've been born, there's been the Caps, what's now the New Jersey Devils, the Ohio Columbus, the two teams in Florida. There's been some movements around of some teams that, yeah. So, and now in Utah, and then, yep, the Kraken over there. But that's just fun. Like, yeah, they totally aced that name because do you know how many times you can say release the Kraken and it's still awesome? I don't know. I wouldn't mind having a Kraken. That's a good defense right there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so uh, people need to understand some shit, and I'm going to talk about it. And people are going to ignore this, and it's just not. I don't care. But YouTube, I give a shit. Okay, now you guys may not understand that you guys can actually be taken into U.S. courts of law, especially federal courts of law. You need to understand that in the United States of America, there are some things you can't. Okay, it's not up to you. All right, but the closed captioning is an issue, everybody. Okay, hi. They're not putting the right words up. It's in multiple videos. It's in multiple things. It's in shorts. It's everywhere. Closed captioning on YouTube doesn't work right. Think about the deaf people. Okay, ADA, hi, yeah, the United States of America, right, is required. So if you want to operate in the United States of America, YouTube and X, get your shit together, man. But I'm recruiting more pissed off at the world who are ready to run over their own young. Okay? Plus, yeah, I mean, my intellectual property, some of it, whatever. Yeah, whatever, you can have it. But some of it is meant to build something that will last many generations. So I just keep building. And sometimes I got to build around the ones who are about ready to fall. And there's nothing I can do because you don't want to listen. You don't want to pay attention. You want to tell me that it's the creator of all things. Yeah, I'm like, no, it's not. My stance on that is, hey, you know what? Creator of all things, right? Uh, I mean, we were good with each other. So who the fuck tried? Well, you failed. And my house, once again, is not divided. There are a few people in the National Hockey League who know what I mean, and I am unable to assist anyone having to do with monumental sports. Right. So that also includes the former Washington Capitals. Yeah, well, it's known what some of you did, and you can't make that up to the rest of the teams in the National Hockey League. But since I've been born, Herb Brooks, hello, right, I know, grow the game. So when the males grow, yep, the females can too. So everybody settle down a little bit, okay? And in Canada and other countries, like yeah, recreational level, kids level, just play with males and females. Right? They don't do hits. It's not the National Hockey League. Right? If the females don't have enough, then some dudes can play. If the dudes don't have enough, some females can play. It's better to play than not play. You know what I'm saying? Right? I mean, co-ed teams when you're younger is just a good idea. And there's also other types of hockey, inline and roller and floor and broom and I don't know all that street out there in the street. Right? So I know that essentially some people don't enjoy ice hockey. It's not they don't get pulled toward it. That's okay. It's okay. So hockey is for anyone who wants to try or play. All right. So people say hockey is for everyone. Well, I say music is for everyone because it's quite literally every human on earth can benefit from certain things. That do have to do with music and frequency and sound. And there is, yes, the physics of sound. Like yes. So, the physics in general, I think, is very interesting to me. But I didn't, I didn't major in any of that because I was already advanced PhD level. I just, right. Well, I'm a female that has caused issues. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of those men is like, well, you guys are just wandering around in, la la fantasy land, and you don't know how to manifest anything. You don't even know what that is. Some of them don't know what that is. Don't call them losers. Stop calling people names online, man. Because eventually evidence is going to pile up against you. And like I said, right, yeah, I need some civil lawyers. I mean, those are wins anyway. Yeah, you'll be able to set yeah, but you might have to start pro bono, but you'll be able to set your, monetary gain from that and put it into, like, add that on top of the settlements so that those who couldn't do it pro bono, you can pay them. So. All right, yeah, I get it. And I was only asking people who can afford it or have time or right have proper resources. Like, don't if you don't, you don't, man. Okay, right. I'm not trying to do that. But people need to understand there are a lot of people who are still sort of coming out of the air quote COVID fog, and you need to give a shit, planet Earth. Humans on planet Earth. It's the human race. That is all. Nothing else. It's just the human race. Nothing more and nothing less. It doesn't matter where you are on Earth. We're not in a race to see who wins. I'm not in a race to see who wins. Okay, I'm not competing with anyone. Like some people sort of take things the wrong way, and there needs to be more people looking out for each other. Human beings, just shut the fuck up. Everybody, hello, human beings. Everybody cover an ass. Okay, and if you can't cover someone's sex or ass, cover their head. Right. I know. I did. I heard, I heard something of darkness, and I'm like, yeah, what? Now what do you assholes want? Oh, you said Prince of Darkness. Okay, I don't know. Sorry. I'm on medication. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oops. Like, oh, sorry, guy. I didn't know there were cameras. Okay, you know, that's what I'm saying. So those of us who have serious health issues, we don't get a vacation. Stop trying to smile at us all the time. Like, yeah, I understand that doctors and nurses, you have to find ways to cope too. I'm not dissing some people because it can't be easy. But there are better ways to do it. And some of you, like, calling people, you know, uh, stupid losers, you know, some of you are bullying our autistic people. Some of you are bullying people with like leukemia. Some of you are bullying 13-year-olds. Some of you adults online, you're bullying 13-year-olds. Okay. So it isn't for me to decide because, quite frankly, yeah, I deal in real, and that's what God counts on from me. Right? And there are a lot of humans who use the internet. Of course, law enforcement's going to know. Some don't know any better, right? And haven't been taught and didn't know that, right? You're like, they're teenagers. You put stuff online now. If there's certain jobs you probably won't be able to get now. Let me fix the light here a little bit. Okay, that's just how it works. So be careful. And some, okay, listen, I can't profess to know entirely how law enforcement works, but I do kind of understand part most parts of at least the legal system in the U.S. And I got to be honest. Okay, by the time you find out that there's boatloads of evidence against you, and by the book, the right way, with no loopholes, that evidence has already been collected. And if you try and go and erase it, well, hi there. I mean, that does start leaning toward you're guilty. Okay, it starts adding up. It starts leaning further and further and further into, oh no, you're right. Like we got camera over here. We got six, eyeball witnesses. Like somebody was, yeah, and then the U.S. I don't even know who might do it, but yes, has been, watching your social media, and they have been saving it on their server. You understand? Like, okay, people in the United States, we need way better education. Not tomorrow, today. All right? It shouldn't be people in the US giving each other shit. Okay, some of you actually are adults. Whether you like it or not, or whether you believe it or not, makes no difference to the fact that that is just straight truth. Some of you are bullying 13-year-olds. 13-year-olds shouldn't be allowed in these conversations. Be we as adults, because yeah, oh, they're gonna try. So this is what I'm getting at, and I quite literally YouTube, man, get on that CC stuff. Okay, I'm just trying to be honest online. And in the United States, some of my rights are protected in that. But I give a shit about the fact that the deaf people who are looking at the closed captioning on YouTube are not being provided the proper words. That's not what they're saying. You are changing people's words. Okay? Do you understand? Yes, you will get held accountable. YouTube, not anyone else, because that is your closed captioning that does that. Okay? Do we actually need to go dragging it through all the court? Because you're going to end up in federal court, is where you're going to end up. Okay, well, get your lawyer specialist and to tell me I'm wrong, because I doubt they will. And if they do, fire them. Fix the closed captioning right now, YouTube. If you're operating in the United States of America, okay, the deaf people, the coalition, they can just, like, yeah, I mean, they can probably come up with all kinds of different lawsuits and prove that you've broken criminal law. You don't want that, okay? But some adults knock it off, because some of them coming at you are teenagers. Okay, some people online are quite literally right in need of assistance, and when you all just eschew all that, well, I see these people on nextdoor.com, like, all right, I do not at all agree with a lot of the people who post online on nextdoor.com. And the reason why is, listen, tell people to go to a church. I'm like, you don't think the churches are like, yeah, how do they have to get to be our responsibility? How did that get to be? Why is this not you helping another human being? Right? Because you're better than everybody else. You don't need to take the time to, you know, get things more accurate. And oh, because you don't, like, oh, you don't want to hear it. We're tough fucking shit. Like, there's some people who are quite literally taking away others' rights, civil rights, using the internet in the United States of America. So, what I'm just going to tell those people who are in the United States of America, who, yes, at some point took an oath, okay, to protect this country and ruin all enemies, foreign and domestic. So, other countries. No, I love lots of other countries. But that's what I'm saying. Like with music, I'm like, yeah, yeah, keep invading me. Oh, don't stop. Hey, Great Britain, don't stop invading me with music. Right? Yeah, come on. South America, get in here. Right? What are you doing over there? What get in here, Australia. Canada, right? I'm always open to music. Never closes. 24/7, all right. Just you can keep doing that. But everybody else, okay, I need to concentrate on what's going on in my own country. And I got to be honest with you, there are some enemies within. And it is quite likely that some of them work for X and YouTube. YouTube in the United States of America needs to consider some things. And you certainly don't want to be, fucking around with deaf people anymore. So deaf people, right? Get your coalition, get some lawyers, come after you too. So that they actually do it. You don't want to listen to me? Well, then you'll listen to some multi-million-dollar lawsuits because it does matter. And so do I.